Hello folks, how to prepare for LRDI? It's a $1 million question. It's quite easily the toughest of the three sections. Why? Because there is a gradation in the other sections. There is a mechanism where you can say in Quant I'll somehow do 4 questions, 5 questions. In verbal you can say even if I don't understand 3 passages, I'll take the one that I understand, answer 3 questions, answer 2 VA questions, and I'm through. In LRDI, there is a very real possibility that I'm getting 0. The question level of difficulty in LRDI is high, and so it's a tough cookie to crack. If I had to show it visually, if you take, let me do this, have a stab at it, and if I have level of difficulty here, and number of questions in three things here. So this level of difficulty, this level of difficulty, this level of difficulty, there are questions, number of questions, right? So forget this, if this is easy, medium, hard, fine. For VARC this will probably be the split, and for Quant there will be more easier questions, slightly fewer medium questions, and practically the same number of hard questions. For LRDI, it's very much possible and very likely that we have a diagram just like this. So there are no freebies in LRDI, and so it's automatically a tougher section to prepare for. And because of this, there is stress going into the paper, there's stress starting LRDI, there's stress halfway through LRDI. And so it's a tricky exam to prepare for, right? Having said that, what should be the mechanism? We cannot say it's tricky and then throw in the towel and leave everything out, right? So when you are preparing, you're going to spend one chunk of your time, the first iteration or the first chunk, in clearing standard templates, which is in understanding the very basics of data presentation, bar graphs, pie charts, number manipulation, data, sequencing puzzles, arrangement puzzles, all of that. The number of questions that can be expected once we clear this is 0. There is no question that comes from simple LRDI, but if the level of difficulty, that is the required level of difficulty to crack this exam is here, you cannot say I'll do a bunch of questions like this. There's got to be a mechanism to go there, right? So there's got to be a way to say, let me do simple questions, get the hang of this, and then build towards something bigger, right? So in this journey, it's very important to keep the faith. And if you're taking mocks and practice exams and previous year CAT papers, it's very much possible that you started from here and you're here and you've gone here and you've gone here, but you still not cleared the bar to crack CAT level questions. That doesn't mean all the effort that has gone in is bad. It is playing on to that bigger pattern. The outcome is not seen yet, and so it's very, very important to have a good plan and to have the confidence to stick to it even when things are not going your way. And so the first chunk is this, right? Once you get the standard chunk done, there are 2 things that we need to do after this. So after the standard part is done, then there are 2 steps in this process. Increase variety, get a sense of CAT level. One very important crucial trait of LRDI questions probably the last 5 years, they are simply uncategorizable. And what looks like a beautiful tournament question has nothing to do with any of the tournament templates that you have seen. What looks like a wonderful ratios question is actually a mathematical puzzle question sitting in this form. And so you cannot say I've cracked these 4 templates and I'm good to go. LRDI refuses to be categorized into templates. And so you need to get a sense of, oh, these kind of questions is what CAT tests. So get a sense of CAT level, CAT style things which come from previous year question. Other thing that you need to do is increase variety. No point diving into categories in something that refuses to be categorized. You cannot say I learn A, B, C. Don't learn LRDI with a syllabus mindset, with a list of templates mindset. When people come back, students come back and say I've done all sequences questions, I've got done all arrangements questions, but I'm not able to crack CAT. I'm usually like, look, what are sequences questions? What are arrangements questions? Why are you thinking like this? Forget about that. Forget that framework of, we love a table of contents. And then we put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then say I've done all this. It makes us feel good. LRDI, you have to cover ground, but it doesn't fill into this category. So don't force fit that categorization when you are solving LRDI. And so how do I know I am getting somewhere? When my intuitive sense of what is CAT level gets built. How do I know that what I am doing, that I am going towards an objective? What are my next steps? Is to increase variety. And so super important. Right? Beyond this, there is one theme that I want you to think about very consciously from a learning point of view. It is, it's again intangible. It is the solutions intuitiveness. And it's a very weird concept to get, but it's a very powerful concept to get. Right? So go through different varieties, different questions, but you have to necessarily have solutions that are based on the natural methods of approaching those questions. If you overly standardize LRDI, and we'll come back to saying the moment we see this, there are 5 different tables possible. Draw all 5 tables, 1, 2 and 4 get eliminated, between 3 and 5. Looking at this, we can answer the questions. Impossible to write and draw 5 tables in an exam context in the tiny sheet of paper and answer the questions. So if this appeared in the exam, you're definitely not doing it. Then what is the point of doing it like this now? There's got to be a mechanism in the solution that says you should have thought about this puzzle looking at this constraint very clearly. The professor practically has to say, even I tried like this, I went nowhere. I came back to the drawing board, reimagining it like this, so that you know that that approach is not going anywhere. I need to have a rethink. And so the solution has to take the most natural approach somebody would have started with, and then segue into the mechanism that will give you a complete table that can help you answer questions. And it cannot be going from the last step. We need this, I filled all this, I spent 40 minutes solving this question, but a 12-minute summary of that is sitting here. No, the battle of 40 minutes is important. That will build my brain to say either I am leaving this question or figuring out a new way to approach that. So the solution has to be detailed, thorough and intuitive. It has to feature a mechanism where it talks to the most natural thought process that one may have while looking at those conditions, and then say within these 3 strands you should have gone for this because that is better for this question. And so the intuitiveness in that solution is important for all types of questions, the variety part and all previous year questions when you do this. When you are doing previous year question 2017, 18, 19, to some extent 2020, those questions in LRDI are simpler. Do them first. 21, 22, 23 have them for later on. 24, 25 have them to be taken as real representative mocks. So break your previous year CAT questions into 3 buckets. The last 2 years to be taken as actual mocks, 6 different papers, 3 slots each. The 3 years before that are the more real representative difficult thing. The 4-5 years before that, the passageway to know what kind of question they ask to get when you are grabbing this overall theme. And so your preparation is test of temperament, both taking mocks, real CAT and preparing the test of temperament. There are going to be parts of this journey where you're spending a lot of time. You know you're getting better, you feel and believe you're getting better, but that doesn't reflect in the marks. Hang in there. And so, but you cannot just hang in there if you're not really compellingly or confidently sure that you're on the right path. And so you have to have mechanisms to know if you're on the right path. That comes from saying, look, did I hit upon the most intuitive approach? Which means the solutions you revert to should be that. You cannot solve overly complicated sets and say, I'm getting myself ready for a bigger battle. And lots of us coaching institutes, sometimes we fall into this trap of creating impossibly tough things and then say if you're getting them ready for this, then they can easily prepare for this. And which is a very, very Indian mindset. My son is in 6th standard, I'll teach him 7th standard math. I'll teach him 8th standard math. Sometimes it works, you're going a little ahead and you're more confident. Lots of times, if you're training for a 400-meter race, running 800-meter laps, 800-meter race, not helping. You have to get better at the 400-meter thing. You don't have to say 800 and 5,000-meter race and that will help me run 400, doesn't. And so the relevance for the level of difficulty and style is a very important variable when you're preparing. So impossibly tough questions do not necessarily make you better. Very often they're counterproductive, especially in LRDI, because your sense of how much time you should spend, how much confidence you have in hanging in, whether you should dump or do, they all get warped. right? So those decisions get actively get better if you have a better and better sense of what is CAT level. And so we at 2IIM have a fantastic course for preparing for LRDI for CAT, where we keep all of this in mind. And so it's a quite beautiful course because it covers one fundas, which are, give me a second, I'm just going to.
Oh, every CAT aspirant should do this.
We have a wonderful course, mainly because we built it along with the thought process that I have outlined. And so we build from scratch, from basics, have a ton of questions with beautiful variety, not categorized by style, with extraordinarily thorough and intuitive solutions, and a pathway to go from this to that, reinforced by previous year CAT questions. And all of this sit inside a package. And so our course has data interpretation, logical reasoning thing. This is the ball game, and some practice tests. And so here, if you look at it, you open the course, it opens out to about 5 to 6 simple sets, and simple and medium. There you say, look, we'll cover templates, we'll put them in the bag, and put a bunch of templates into our system. Then we expand the templates and build in a ramp to go from, I've covered the basic templates, I need to go to CAT level. What is my journey from here to here? This journey from here to here is a bunch of slightly trickier methods where you have to struggle a little bit, not obvious, but not as tough as these exams. Now, in this path sit 2017, 18, 19 actual CAT questions. Right? So they come here. After this is a giant pile of tons of questions across different templates, with that one mantra being the thoroughness and intuitiveness of the solution is what reinforces learning. All the videos for all the previous year CAT questions, almost all our LRDI sets I have done. Very particular about how solution has to be layered. What is the next step here? What is the step after this? How am I going to know that constraint number 7 is what unlocks this? What made the guys who cracked it think that is the unlocking constraint? That's what we keep reinforcing over and over again. And so it's quite beautiful course. This inside our course we have tons of sets and a lot of questions that are all previous year CAT questions with detailed solutions are sitting inside. One part for the ramp, another part for the practice and getting an intuitive sense of what you need to do. One set of last 6 CAT papers, last 2 years CAT papers saved up to be taken as actual mock CATs. Those 6 of them because they're the most recent, most representative, etc. So beautifully comprehensive course which ticks all boxes. Find the one compelling thing you will get here with our course is that the solutions are detailed and intuitive. Which the detailed part can be easily seen. The intuitive part you will get to sense it if you see our solution. All our previous year CAT solutions are available on YouTube. So if you see a couple of sets solved by 2IIM on YouTube, you will get an idea of what I am saying when I say intuitive solution. That is the ball game. Don't go for mechanical solution. Don't go for solution that list everything down and say, look, put everything down, you'll get this box. No. How do I put everything down? Why did you choose to look at this constraint like this? Why was that the unlocking constraint in your head? How can it be the unlocking constraint in my head? And consciously reworking that is super crucial, super important. And so that the intuitiveness in solution is the ball game, which is where I think we score fantastically highly on, because for years after years we focused on that, and it has actually turned out to be a fantastic course as an overall package. And you don't need to do 500 sets, but doing 200 sets beautifully, thoroughly can be game changing. And so try out the course. As ever, if you have any thoughts, questions, reach out to us. Best wishes.